can't tell you how happy it is for everyone here to reassemble to record, but I can also imagine just how much happiness it is on your screens, mobile phones, laptop screens, smart TVs at home, watching the Hindsight podcast once again. And it's kind of like bittersweet in the sense that we've been away for too long and unavoidably so. And the guys, honestly, we're working around the clock. Wally's behind the cameras as well, working around the clock to make sure that we're back. And as with all things, sometimes you have, very smooth patches. Sometimes you have very, uneven patches. And we've had an uneven patch for the last couple of weeks. So I have to say sincere apologies to everyone who has missed us. But even more so, we realized in these moments just how much we managed to mean to some of the people who consume all the things we do and, follow us back to back. It is absolutely incredible to see how much work, how much appreciation we get for the work we do here. And shout outs to all the people here at Clout as well for, weathering the storm with us. It's been a bit of a rocky road, but I guess that's what you call life. It happens sometimes, right? Welcome along to the Hindsight podcast, and it's good to have every one of you back here. On Monday, Akulu Rufai and IBK Sport. IBK, you've been in Jos, chilling, right? My guy Emma Baga he came around. He was doing a bit of a nice thing. I'm always glad to see Chalk Boys back, right? But good thing to see you out there in Jos as well. I get the sense that you're pretty much like Kabi. What's that guy's name? The guy, the popular influencer. Kabi 00.
Kabi Lami or something.
Kabi Lami, yeah. That kid is number one influencer in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like on Twitter, you're doing it silently, but you're becoming the number one influencer on Twitter, right? So congrats to that. 100K followers on Twitter. And I have to say congratulations to you.
It can be God and you know the other one.
Which other one?
No worry, we'll talk and later.
But it's really good. I tell you all the time, right? It's important. I always tell him, we speak about it all the time. It's important to connect with the right people, and I'll take credit for this, even though he doesn't want to. The moment IBK came around us, he started pumping. So I know for sure now that we have a Friday like.
You know.
You know. Just 1 year of our mouth. Just on Monday, you look fresher, you look more healthy. When you look at
big shout out to the wifey.
Yeah.
See, those are the rhymes. Fresher, healthy. Big shout out to the wifey.
Yeah.
To connect this.
So men like you are single. You're going through a lot.
Doing very well.
The thing is that we might be going through a lot, but the things that you get from your wife, we find a way to get, even if it's 50% of it.
Yes,
we do our best.
Irresponsible boys will always be irresponsible.
We do our best. It's really good to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here. I was buzzing. I mean, I reached out to Wale.
You almost didn't make it. Nah, lie. You were not buzzing anything.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
What?
So I was walking this morning.
It could be new.
I was walking this morning. So this gentleman stops me and says, I see you around a lot on this street. Did you stay around? I say, yeah. So I see you on the podcast, Hindsight. Been a while you guys recorded. I said, guess what? We're recording today again. The guy was really pleased. So I was looking for, I couldn't be talking
to come.
I couldn't be talking to someone on the street that we're recording today and I bottled it. I'm not a bottler.
Funny thing is, I messaged Wale as well when I was in Jos. So the thing is that I was thinking people will know me more for my this
influencing work.
You get. And to my biggest surprise, they actually mentioned the podcast like, oh, IBK, I love you guys podcast. What's up?
I don't know. IBK is
it's a humble guy.
IBK is sensational.
It's a humble guy.
Sensationalist and
sensational. He's a humble guy. IBK is humble.
For Jos, no be Lagos.
No be Lagos.
Jos.
No, but to put that aside, it's great to have everyone here. Rufai is my partner in crime, so I know pretty much what he's been up to.
I can only imagine the amount of crime people get into.
Is the movie out now?
Good crime.
Yeah, you're working on the movie. What's up with that?
It's out in a bit.
Out in a bit.
When so we release this thing?
Baba, when we did like, it acts like saying put money.
Baba, wait, this thing was the blockbuster because when we did, he don't say out in a bit. If they sit there, we like this.
But interestingly,
he's out in a bit. This thing was come out.
I'll tell you another rhyme, right? Another rhyme. Rufai worked on Lara and the Beats, and we hope that this will be out in a bit, right?
Yeah, nice.
That would be nice. Rufai, you had a Waka Pass role in Lara and the Beats, right? Yeah.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
This hustle. You know, today I was going through my camera roll.
Portfolio.
You know, this hustle you don't take on. You don't take. You get people who don't know. You know, in this media, this entertainment industry, I've done quite a lot. I've done everything.
Nice.
You
My
know,
brother.
almost everything.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
Boy, once Peter will be enter now. Everything goes.
Someone said on Twitter, he asked one boy, say, who are you voting in this election that is coming? He said, I have been warned severally not to speak about elections again. And as a good child, I'm going to be obedient.
What a sliding. What a sliding.
That is brilliant.
You know, someone said,
That's incredible.
you know, someone said, finish the year strong, start the new year strong. When do we rest? When do we rest? Finish the year strong, start the new year strong. You get where am I going to rest? You know?
No, I think what is, I mean, at some point, right? At some point, I don't know how we get to do it, but at some point, we need to be able to channel this influence that Nigerian youths now have all over the world, like into like doing something remarkable inside the country. Because the influence is insane.
Yeah,
on social media. Like you find things, like as they say it, you find things that would start from Niger Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, and the next couple of weeks, months, it's all over the place. You see someone from the UK, you know, using the same lingo. You see someone from and it's incredible. And then, you know, big shout out to Thames as well. Won a Grammys. First Nigerian female artist to win a Grammy. So
Thames is amazing, honestly. She came around Hot FM. I used to work for them or with them back in 2019, and you know, she was just a really, you know, quiet babe. Didn't speak much.
Like, have you
did
you see her in person?
Yeah. You know,
Because you get some things where you want to see. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Everything is real. If that's
Let's say they do a music video.
Yeah.
Like you don't sign contract.
everything is real.
The camera was not good past this.
Everything is real for sure. But you know, someone said that like, look, before we get in trouble, that's a Grammy winner. But, someone said that say after all these paper money experiments and crypto experiments, so we all end up agreeing that Mark of the Beast is the best, is the greatest global payment solution. And this is important because, you know, in this period where I don't know how you guys, you know, manage with Naira, but it has been the most, you know, when they say it cannot get worse than this in Nigeria, things can always get worse.
Make it give 4,000 for POS.
Yeah.
He said, make I give him 1,000.
You know,
I said, bro, calm down. Now 4,000 I won't collect.
I think
You said, make I give you 1,000.
yeah.
in the midst of all of this, I saw someone's tweets that I think that actually spoke of the situation the best is how can the CBN, you know, be screaming, yo, yeah, this policy, you know, is going to help us go cashless, and the same CBN has issued numerous license for POS businesses. How do you want to go cashless? I have issued numerous licenses for POS businesses.
Yeah.
The POS businesses are supposed to help people,
cash.
you know, withdraw cash. How do you want to go cashless? And you have the country is a jungle of POS operators.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you know, one of the most funny things in this period where we're all been hustling for Naira and all that stuff is someone said, find a way, keep one old 1,000 Naira because you know this country 2 years from now they will say bring old 1,000, collect 1 million. So
remember that time?
under my mattress, I just slit one part.
Remember that time we
2K note.
Remember that time we come like fact actually. There's nothing I've not already said. You remember that time that you had that wall clock that has the bell thing that they say I go let more. If you get them like this, they buy them. Say there's some whether that's some people they buy them. Now plenty dollars they buy them. But people they find wall clock where get bell up and down.
If you go with all these old houses, you go see them.
Bro,
you go see them. All these old.
It is crazy, and I think that it's important to take stock of everything, and we pretty much. It's almost like climbing a mountain and all of a sudden, the weather changes on the top of the mountain. And it's not like you have to go down from the mountain, but you have to stop and make sure that, all the coast is clear, which is pretty much what happened to us, between the November, December and all that stuff. And we tried to make it happen with a couple of, stopgap measures here. But, as things happen, it is a tough country. While you're doing that, you're trying to, adjust to, family and needs and all that stuff. But as with all things, I imagine that you as well have been dealing with a couple of things, and we hope that as we edge towards the elections, your load is lighter, and hopefully we can share more great moments. So it's good to have everyone here. Welcome along, everybody, to the podcast. And let's start off with some interesting stories, because interestingly today there's not a script. I'm just turning on my computer now.
Today is just bands.
It's pretty much bands, because we were called in short notice to come record. Pretty much how much in demand. This is when people say by popular demand. This is the perfect scenario of by popular demand, because I was in Lagos Island, buying petrol. This man was in Lere. I'm sure IBK was somewhere else on the mainland or something like that.
IBK's flight just landed.
I think IBK landed yesterday or something like that. Yeah,
he came in straight from the airport.
Yeah, so to get the guys coming here is quite amazing. But it's good to have everyone here. And honestly, we're not going to be like Nigerian politicians that say that we had to come in and do it. No, we actually love to do this, so we came in to do it because we like to do it, right? But if you missed us, leave a comment in the comment section, and please get us back to our 10K on Instagram, because what happens is, the algorithm on Instagram is brutal. It is cutthroat. We're on 10.5-ish, going to 11K thereabout, and a couple of weeks hiatus, 2 months thereabout. Instagram said, you know what? We're gonna take off the goodies on you and give somebody else, and that pretty much broke everyone's heart. But notwithstanding,
we'll be back.
Yeah, we're back. IBK, I trust you. I trust that's your department. It's great that on this podcast we have the entire blend of what needs to be done, and that's amazing. Let's start with Arsenal, because you spoke about just before we started off. And Arsenal fans have said, I'm sure Arsenal fans have thought about the podcast and said, if there's any positive, from these guys not recording, it has to be because you don't get to, slate Arsenal. But I'm sure you also feel somehow that it is in your best run that we suddenly stop recording because you don't get the accolades. So let's start with Martin Odegaard, who you mentioned that if the season were to end today, right, Martin Odegaard will be Player of the Year. It's a good argument, but when I juxtapose that argument with his performance and the performance of past winners of Player of the Year, I find that he is a level or two levels below.
You find that he is found wanting.
Yeah, found wanting, Because when you think about the Players of the Year, the last 5-year winners, Kevin De Bruyne and N'Golo Kante.
It's always a
Hold
bang.
on. N'Golo Kante, Kevin De Bruyne. Help me out here.
Salah.
Mo
Salah
Salah.
at some point, Then
Harry Kane. When you watch
Who
them.
gave Harry Kane Player of the Year?
No, he did.
Who is the person that gave him Player of the Year?
He didn't win it?
No, I'm sure he won it,
Yeah.
but who gave it to him?
Well,
So,
he can't win
you know,
Player of
I-
the
A
Year.
team that is not winning anything.
I catch
not
you.
really
I
awarded.
catch your window. You're trying to stop me in my tracks.
But
our
is it not same you people that are saying they robbed Thierry Henry one
Yeah.
award that time?
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make
I should off my mic.
is that when you immediately see those players play in the half season, it is apparent to you that this guy, even if he gets an injury, should be Player of the Year now. When I watch Odegaard play, I think about this kid is really putting work to get to where he is, because he's a silent operator, sort of like Baba Ahmed, right? But he gets the job done. But he's not quite on cloud 9
Like
with
Haaland.
Kante or Haaland.
No, but he doesn't need to be. He just makes the Arsenal team tick.
Is he the best in the league?
In the squad.
He's the best in the squad for sure.
No.
Nah, he's not.
No,
think
he's not the
Saka.
best in the squad.
I think Saka-
I think
Saka-
for the way we
Saka
play,
is-
for the way Arsenal plays, he's primarily the reason we play the way we play.
I disagree.
Hold on.
But-
in terms of the trigger for the press,
He's not the trigger for the press.
No, he is. Actually,
He's
he
not.
is.
Up
He is.
until Jesus got injured, Jesus was the trigger.
But he's someone who would naturally lead a press. He's going to go out.
He has to lead it. Now, where did he play before?
No, wait.
He's not left
Hold
back.
on.
They play.
And in terms of when he gets the ball, he's someone who can put it together. He doesn't need to. He's not a Kevin De Bruyne. He's not a hard runner. He's not going to get the ball and skip past 2-3 people. But when he gets the ball, you are so sure that 9 out of 10 times he makes very good use of it. And the way Arsenal plays, You don't need someone hanging on to the ball. Saka's got a lot of praise this season, but Saka doesn't hog the ball. If there's anybody that hogs the ball at Arsenal that annoys me, it's Martinelli. Saka doesn't hog the ball. Gets the ball. If you need to skip past someone, you skip past somebody, but drop it. And for Odegaard, he needs to be in a position where once in a while you're going to get on the ball and make it happen. You don't necessarily you don't necessarily need to be the guy to play the final pass, but there are lots of assists to the assist if there's anything like that. Odegaard has done that many times.
I agree in his point before you guys eat him up, because that's pretty much the game plan. But when a player doesn't have the pace or the pace and power of Kevin De Bruyne, and doesn't make as many high risk passes as Bruno Fernandes, for example. So that means you're telling me that every time he holds the ball, if he holds the ball 10 times, he will make 8 accurate passes.
Yeah.
What that tells me is he's Mr. Precision. So I see that in his game now. I watch him and I think that every time he's on the ball, he's going to make a dangerous pass or he's going to make a dangerous effort. Or an effort leading to goal. So that's high praise for him. But, IBK makes a good point in the sense that he's not the best in the team. So except we're going to reconfigure the player of the year conversation, it kind of reminds me of Jorginho's, the year Jorginho was touted to win the Ballon d'Or. Right?
So,
and the players in his team, of course, could see why he deserved to be the Ballon d'Or player. But then, it was a hard case to make to the outside world. So is that a similarity here? Or do we now have we gotten to a point where we need to now go back and make it a different conversation as to who wins the player of the year?
I think it is similar because, yes, it feels like it is very hard to make the case to the outside world. But I also don't think that you are far off, because this Premier League season is looks like not the conventional one.
Yeah.
The big boys that you would expect
conspiring to hand Arsenal the title.
To put out those performances is not happening. Kevin De Bruyne is not the best. Kevin is not the best of his days. We can't quite find someone that is neck and shoulders above everyone in terms of performances week in, week out.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean by you are not far off. But still, with Odegaard, I don't see the outstanding performances week in, week out. Not that he hasn't had a good season. He's had such a good season. As a matter of fact, from a personal perspective, I think he's having one of the best seasons of his career, right? But in the conversation of winning the player of the year, it's the performances are not...
The bar is too high.
The performances are not...
Now, let me just bring this in.
If Odegaard can win player of the year with what he has done this season...
So is that bringing the bar too low?
I think
it's
on
top of the
table. No, listen now.
The reason they are on top of the table... Look, sorry, my guy.
Okay.
When Kevin De Bruyne was, player of the year, was doing everything that he was doing, you can almost say that if you take Kevin De Bruyne out of that team, they probably don't win that season, that league that season.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
If you go to Mo Salah, if you take him out, you probably can say that Liverpool don't win that.
They crash and die.
And die there, right? If you go to Harry Kane, you take out what he did that season, you are probably thinking Tottenham.
I see where you're going.
You understand? So,
but I don't.
Let me just crown it off. I think it's based on maybe his likeness for Odegaard. If you look at his start this season, because the way football is now, you have to follow stat. He has 8 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League. And to be honest,
goals.
in February is ending already, and he still has 8 goals, 5 assists. If you look at the past winners, by February they already have double digits, for
Those past winners
assists,
were strikers,
for goals.
Those past winners were strikers. Those people are calling
Is De
past
Bruyne
winners.
a striker?
How many times has De Bruyne had double figures in a season? How many
In
times
terms of either goals or
and
assists?
assists?
No, double
goals and assists.
I didn't say you won't make that mistake.
Goals alone.
Shape
How
for
many
the
times has he had
listing.
double assists?
No, that's what I'm saying. Assists. Either you need to have double of one of them.
Okay.
But this guy has only 5 assists this season.
He has scored 8 goals.
No, forget.
So,
if
no,
you are
no.
talking
You
about,
don't talk
honestly, you have to be fair.
if you want to say someone is distinguished, like out of every other player, there has to be something that you can say, oh, this guy, he has this thing
it doesn't
on the side of
feel
everybody.
like
What
Arsenal.
does he have? Is he in terms of assists? He's not the highest. In terms of goals, he's not there. I'm sure if you check other statistics like interceptions, pressing and all these things, I'm sure he's not topping any of those charts. So why are you saying that?
I wasn't in the room. I was listening to a journalist, and Arteta, when Arteta was sitting with the board last summer, and they asked him why Arsenal crumbled. He said that he thinks that Arsenal crumbled, not apart from, Partey got injured and Arteta, Tierney. Arsenal crumbled because we didn't have a lot of goals in the team. So this season was to make sure that we score a lot of goals. Only Man City have scored more goals than Arsenal this season. And there's not an Arsenal player who has had 10 goals this season. Meaning, Saka has had 7. Odegaard has 8. Martinelli has 7. Nketiah has 5. So the idea was to make sure that everybody is contributing goals. And if you say that a player who has scored 8 goals from a midfield position, he's not doing incredible work. How many goals has De Bruyne scored this season? How many goals has Bruno Fernandes? Hold on. How many goals has Bruno Fernandes scored this season? Compare him to his players in his position.
When Bruno won the PFA,
No, Bruno never won the PFA.
Bruno not won the PFA. Calm down.
It's KDB you wanted to say.
KDB, sorry.
IBK, you say for a second he thinks saying the crease.
Yeah, Bruno would watch it.
But I wanted to say something, right? If we're almost having a consensus and saying, oh, maybe Odegaard doesn't really deserve it, even though he's had a good
I'll
season.
give Saka ahead of him.
Who do we? I mean, the kind of season that we're having now in the Premier League, who do we now give the player of the year to?
Haaland.
No.
I think
Wale does not want to hear that.
I think
Wale don't want to hear James Ward-Prowse.
No.
But right now, you have to say Haaland is
So
above.
that guy already has 4 hat-tricks in the Premier League.
25 goals.
So this
Are
is
you whining me?
You dey whine me.
Help me out.
Henry never had 4 hat-tricks in the Premier League. I don't think so. You can't check
Help me out. So
Guy,
I don't
4
have I like Haaland is my guy, right? But you see, when you move to a team, and one of the conversations around the team is that the team is maybe not efficient because you are around.
We said he would struggle.
Right.
It took a while, but he don't struggle now.
But it's nonsense.
That talk.
I agree. That talk is absolutely nonsense.
I agree that talk has nothing to do with Haaland.
Because Haaland is not the reason.
Yeah.
Man City defenders are defending so badly suddenly.
Haaland is not the
He
reason.
cannot be the reason.
Facts.
I remember
That talk is nonsense talk in Haaland quarters.
Yeah.
But it is valid talk to Pep Guardiola.
Not necessarily. Why is Guardiola bending Ruben Diaz and playing all these idiots?
Hold on a sec.
Playing Nathan Ake.
You have to
I'm benching.
Ake
Sabi ball. Ake no Sabi ball pass the French.
Laporte
and
Diaz.
Yeah. No matter how much, don't make me lose my line of thought.
No vex.
Anyway, the point I was going to make is, with goal scorers, it is not easy. It is lazy. It is because you don't want to work extra with the analysis. You don't want to go a bit below the surface. Look, Haaland could have scored those goals anyway. There's no striker at Steve City that hasn't been top 3 Premier League goal scorers. So what now happens when you put a generational talent in the team?
Score more.
I expect him to have the numbers he's having. Matter of fact, if Haaland came in and wasn't doing those numbers, I question his place in this hierarchy of the best players in the world. So
Haaland's numbers is
Haaland's numbers are not scary. They are not.
How?
But they are, bro.
No.
They are.
Hold on.
There's a context he's speaking from. They are scary, but he's speaking from a context of
Hold on.
if you bring that kind of
Hold
talent and into that kind of
team. I
Look,
get it.
This is a super team, right?
No.
With a generational talent, right?
is.
With what you call the best manager in the world. What do you expect is going to happen? Right?
So you think a player of that caliber cannot flop?
Hold on.
In that team?
Hold on. In that
Very
team? No.
possible.
In that team?
Remember when
Hold on.
when they will tell you that Pep's team is not set up for a number 9.
Hold on. How many players?
That was conversation before Haaland.
Relax.
No, but it's true.
Relax.
Even
But he
this guy
switched-
said on
yeah,
the
but
show
it's true, but
that
he's-
he was going to struggle because of the
Yeah.
setup of Pep Guardiola.
But
and this guy already has 4 hat-tricks in the Premier League.
Hold on.
Bro, as in 4 hat-tricks.
Baba, calm down.
IBK, relax.
Say, I don't understand.
Tell me one
Am I the
season,
reason they are second?
right? Wait.
They actually are.
When you speak about players, you have to bring in the players' antecedents, right? What is the track record of the player? Since Haaland burst onto the scenes, he has not had one bad season.
Yeah, of course. From Salzburg, Dortmund, except Haaland only doesn't score when he's not
No,
playing.
he's not playing. So what are you surprised about? That he's scoring more goals in a team built to win.
No, I think the conversation was that the Premier League is a very tough league.
Bro. That conversation is for bants. We have seen over time that the league is.
No, but the league is a tough league.
It's a tough
And
league.
the conversation around Haaland, if you remember, was Pep doesn't really set up his team to favor, we have to put him where he wants it. Guess what? Haaland came in and that's exactly what he did. So it was more or less they actually tweaked a bit in favor of Haaland. Because if you go back to the goals that Haaland has scored, they were quick plays. They get the ball
first game,
quickly. They go to
the first
boom.
game.
They don't waste time.
The first game Man City played in the Premier League against West Ham.
Yeah.
I watched the game and every time, and West Ham were absolutely crazy. You have a striker who's explosive.
Right.
And you're playing high line. Every time Man City had the ball in the halfway area and Haaland was sandwiched by 2 Man City defenders, he kept pointing, put it there. And Man City kept passing, moving the ball. Gundogan had the first one. He pierced through the West Ham defense. They refused to pass it. The guy threw his hands up, got so frustrated. Obviously, Pep said, you have to put the ball there for him.
You have to put it there. And
the second time Gundogan put it through, the goalkeeper came out. You know, Haaland is explosive.
Yeah.
Ran to the ball, rounded the goalkeeper brought him down. Man City are playing to, people are saying, Haaland is not making the team. But I think that the team is not maximizing Haaland.
So you
That's
see,
what I
before they
think.
came, before he came, City used to play 20 more 30 number of passes before maybe they open up a defense and score, especially if the team is sitting back and a low block against them. When Haaland came, those run of goals that he had, they realized very quickly that we don't need
The passes have to come quicker.
The passes have to come quicker. So
Yeah.
they sort of adapted to him in that short period.
Right.
Now, obviously, in a longer term, right, it might become a bit of a struggle as per they've been used to. We pass the ball around.
I'm seeing Haaland in the center of the pitch trying to put a few passes together. That's not his game.
So
that guy needs to be in a position where he's in a position with 2 defenders, play the ball over the top, play it in between the lines.
So I'm going to ask a question, right? And I'm going to paint a scenario first. What is easier? You have a football player who, so you guys mentioned City traditionally make 4, 5, 10, 15 extra passes before they get the ball into the area. So basically, to that effect, they work the ball for the almost perfect opening.
Yeah.
And score, right? But when you have a player who is physically imposing, physically is a cheat, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't be that tall and have that mobility, right?
Yeah.
His mobility for a tall guy is incredible. So what Kevin De Bruyne does now is say, you know what? This is actually easier for me. Instead of making 3 more passes, working the brain a little bit, I'm going to go out, I'm going to drift out wide. When I get the ball, I'm going to float it, right? There's no center back in the world that can compete with Haaland in the air.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? So instead of making those 15, 12 extra passes, I drift out wide, make the cross. Now, it is important to remember what happened with Ronaldo and Juventus. What happens is when a player like that walks into your team, let's not forget, human beings don't like to work hard. Human beings don't like to work hard.
Except your name is N'Golo
You understand?
Kante.
Except you're N'Golo Kante, right? And you run for fun, right? But traditionally, it is human behavior that when you find the easier route,
You
you're
go
like,
that way.
let's go there. What the City team have done, collectively, subconsciously, is look,
They've tailed off a bit.
with this guy, we have Haaland. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep by, I'm gonna sleep by 8 o'clock, get in for training, top conditions, everybody's laser focused into the game. I'm going to play Fortnite for an extra 1 hour, man. Haaland will be our team. Haaland will score a trick tomorrow. Do you understand? So I'm going to chill a bit. And imagine Rufai does that. Rufai just takes an extra 30 minutes, plays Fortnite. You know, and he takes an extra 20 minutes, plays Fortnite. You know, and the sum average means that we've dropped off by 5 to 10%.
Because of Haaland.
Because of Haaland,
point.
right?
Fantastic
But
point.
it is the same point.
Fantastic
It's the
point.
same thing with Juventus and Ronaldo.
But you know why I'm happy you brought in the Ronaldo conversation. What you have said is 100% true.
Same thing with Ronaldo. I don't like Solskjaer.
But it was what
same
happened
thing-
with Solskjaer
it's the same
time
thing
too.
as well.
So what you have said is 1000% correct. What I don't like is the narrative always comes from the angle of it is the fault of that player.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Yes, of
like
course.
it happened
No.
with Ronaldo.
Let's-
like it's happening
yeah.
with Haaland now.
Let's not forget how I started. I said,
Exactly.
look, this is not a conversation that Haaland needs to hear.
So
Yeah, of
sorry.
course.
So who should you have fought like for that kind of?
No, you
The manager brought him in for a reason. The manager brought him in for a reason.
I'll come and blame you.
No, you blame me.
No, blame you. B.
Why did the
If
manager bring
players-
him in?
If the players, the team, because you've got to look at what you be saying. City beat Arsenal in the FA Cup 1-0. Arsenal played better than them. And every time, you know, that pressing thing, Man City used to do it. Arsenal were playing Man City to that game.
Yeah.
Arsenal were pressing City and City were ballooning the ball. That's something City used to do to teams.
Yeah.
Now the players are working less than they used to.
Yeah.
Because they found a player who
they can
just
just-
feel that
who
with
makes
one-
magic happen?
With,
No, but
with
one
one
thing-
moment
one
of
thing, in the last
flash,
game,
you can get something.
In
out
the
of
last Man City's game, what did they play? I've forgotten.
What you concern me?
They lost
Man City
1-0,
who?
right?
They lost.
Man City
I won
who?
that game 6 times.
Tottenham
There was-
against Spurs.
Against Spurs.
They lost 1-0, yeah.
Now, so there was one highlight just on cameras on Haaland, and the guy was practically, they went back to that game just like it happened against West Ham. Haaland was practically running
And the
into
passes
space,
were
coming. Moving around.
running into spaces, and these players were moving.
Guess
around.
what? De Bruyne was on the bench. That's another angle.
Bernardo Silva, there was a time that Haaland made that run, just put the ball into space. This guy has space.
Chopping it back.
Yeah.
He will get to the ball.
Yeah.
Remember what
Yeah.
Chelsea players were doing to Lukaku?
Yeah.
And
But
then
guess
we-
what?
We sat on the table and people were saying, "Oh, Lukaku is making Chelsea look bad." And
That's what I don't like. The narrative is always from
And I
these
sat there and I
guys at
said,
fault.
and I
These
sat there and
guys at
said,
fault.
a striker cannot be bad when
All
he's
of a
not
sudden.
getting the service.
Yeah.
If a player gets a service and he's fluffing his lines,
Yeah.
Like
come on, we
Morata.
know.
If you Morata, Timo Werner, right?
Like
They
Brenner.
get chances.
Havertz.
honestly.
Like Havertz.
You get.
Yeah.
If you watch,
Players of structures of criminality.
structure of criminality is how they got them there.
Is how they got them there.
You get. For example, if you watch the United game yesterday, Weghorst, right? United
Yeah.
played Leeds. Weghorst plays the entire game. Not one cross comes to the box.
He leaves the
They take
pitch.
Weghorst off.
Bloody
Crosses
hell.
start
That's
coming
what-
in.
Bloody
I will
hell.
never understand this.
Crosses that come
It
in.
is like
Bloody hell.
magic.
And then somebody sits down and says, "Why did we buy this?"
Why do you buy Weghorst? You understand?
I said, "No, you buy." You don't talk God for that year.
but
The person won't carry God for Gap.
Gap Range Rover, Range Rover. You understand? But
A player.
yeah.
No.
So just to wrap that, I think it's good that we made a small detour to Haaland and tie that up. But I want to go back to the Odegaard conversation, and this is where I sort of find a way to even it out when I'm having doubts about players. At the moment, does Odegaard walk into every starting 11 in the Premier League?
No.
I think he does.
No, he doesn't.
Hold on, he walks into United's team, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
Well,
Bruno.
United
United.
Eriksen.
There's
At the
Bruno,
moment,
there's
bro.
Eriksen.
There's
now.
Eriksen.
Are they?
No,
are
you
they,
can't. It doesn't
is he
work.
performing
No,
as good as Odegaard is performing at the moment?
They are.
No.
How many goals Bruno get? How many assists he get? How many Odegaard get? How many?
So Wale chose in devil's advocate.
The only
right?
the only team he can
You
enter
can
now.
move.
No, for
Say you can move Bruno to the right.
for adaptability purposes,
I think
right?
I want to talk nonsense.
The only team he can enter now is Liverpool.
No, hold on.
Easily, we enter
Hold on.
Liverpool.
We have to do.
Look you.
We have to do.
You
What?
want
No.
Matthew Cos,
So
man.
what? We have to do. We have to do form and quality, right?
Yes.
And I find that for weekly episodes, for podcasts, for fast moving conversations, you have to judge players based on form.
Yeah.
Right. On current form, I think he walks into City's team.
Yeah, I think so.
On current form.
On current form.
I agree.
He does.
I agree.
Walks into Liverpool's team.
I agree.
No, that one he walks in, calls his PA
to
to take a place that he wants.
You go waka enter, then you instruct a couple of people to stay in
To
some
stay in some
places.
place, say, you don't ever enter this
But
area.
I think
He will come in with the Rodrigo
in
the
that-
ball,
in
so
that-
you protect my
Liverpool,
seat.
Everton,
in that
straight
City
win,
team,
by
he
the way.
will easily put
For
Everton
Everton.
on bench.
So
Liverpool-
walks into City's team,
Not for
right?
Everton, they mad.
walks
Liverpool will
into
beat Everton like
who else?
15.
Who else is it?
Spurs.
He
Chelsea.
can't walk into Chelsea.
Spurs easily.
He can't. I'm sorry, he can't.
But why?
Very relaxed. Very relaxed.
Stop
No, I'm
this
not.
thing.
Very relaxed.
So what-
Relaxed.
what-
Well, the only reason
No,
he
no,
walks,
no, no, no.
he walks into
Conor
he walks
Gallagher.
into Chelsea team.
And
You
Mason
know,
Mount.
no. You have to
town
understand.
hall.
A town
It's
hall.
different.
Different.
No, but let's be serious. No. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Now,
are
that,
serious, bro.
now, I'm thinking about him, and I'm thinking only two positions behind the striker or on the right. Those are the two positions I'm thinking about.
Okay.
So, and if those are the two
Behind the
positions,
po-
he's 1,000% sure to
Havertz.
come in.
Kai
Havertz
Havertz.
now in the place.
Wait,
now
no,
striker
wait.
for you.
Kai
Who plays
Havertz.
striker for
Kai
you?
Havertz.
Behind.
The striker for you guys.
No, he walks in because he plays on the right. As far as I'm concerned.
No, normally who plays behind the striker for Chelsea?
He walks in. As far as
Is it
I'm
not
concerned, I'll
Mount?
pick Felix over him.
Chelsea. With Chelsea.
Okay, you are Felix.
Yeah, I'll pick Felix over him. As far as I'm concerned.
God forbid.
I don't care. I'll pick Felix over
Let
him.
me see,
What
yeah.
the hell are you talking
Me-
about?
Me and you and you,
But
we
Felix
talk this.
plays-
João Felix
He plays
is
anywhere.
premium
I will
quality.
pick Felix
People
over
should
him. I
stop-
don't care.
People should stop this
And I'm
thing.
saying he walks into the
Bro,
team.
stop this thing.
Maybe
João
he
Felix
walks into the team.
Did you see
I
João
know.
Felix first game for
He walks
Chelsea?
into the team. I agree.
No. You be.
There's
talking
no
about-
point in João Felix's career,
Yeah.
right, that he has played the kind of football that Odegaard has played this season.
What you be saying?
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Let's not.
Yeah.
Don't, you know when your heart the hot, you get.
No.
You get-
What you just said.
No,
When it was at Benfica.
What you just said
Yeah,
is
yeah,
cap,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
consistent.
No,
you get what you just said is cap.
Benfica is different.
Baba,
Benfica
How is
different.
Benfica different?
Benfica is different.
There's
How?
no-
Benfica
see,
is different.
listen,
He
Benfica is
said
not
he
Premier
has
League.
never played.
Listen.
Now you don't bring another
This is
angle.
what-
He said he has never played this football Odegaard is playing in his career. That's what he said.
IBK, pull out João Felix's numbers from Benfica.
Please do.
You get.
Thank you.
And by the way,
hold on.
João
hold
Felix
on,
was a
hold on.
teenager then.
I make bold.
I
to
don't
say-
care. Pull out the
No, I
numbers.
can't
How old is
care.
Odegaard now?
Pull out the
Odegaard is
numbers. I don't
23,
care.
24.
2024,
Yeah.
right? He went to Real Madrid as a teenager.
But you
Yeah.
see, even all of this doesn't matter.
Hold
What
on.
matters to
Hold on.
me is, I said he walks into the team.
you just let
but
me-
there's no
no,
chance
no,
he plays
no.
where João Felix plays.
If you
I
just-
pick João
if-
Felix
if you
over
just-
him.
if you just
he
let me
comes in on
finish.
the right.
If you just let me
Fine.
finish, right?
At
There is
least I know
no
he will
point.
play ahead of Mason Mount.
And this is my point,
Of course.
right? Baba, there is no transfer market, right? That you're looking for a 10 and Odegaard and João Felix prefer to Odegaard on current form.
Number
It is
10.
not. It is
For
not
number
possible.
10. I think
The
he's
conversation
he's a
is,
better
does he
number
walk
10.
into the team?
Baba.
The conversation
I
at
don't
the
moment,
see,
I think he
I
does.
don't see João Felix.
This is
I
the
think
reason
at
I
the
know they
moment-
lie.
at the moment, I think he does.
It doesn't align.
No.
The question is, does he walk into the team?
Yes.
Now you are saying, oh, as a number 10. Which one? Pick
João
one.
Felix,
You
João
brought
Felix
it-
starts
no, Baba.
his final season at Benfica. I think that's the only season safe. 15 goals, 7 assists.
15 goals, 7 assists, right?
20.
As a
Fine.
teenager.
No, hold on.
Yeah, that was
no.
mad.
Bro, you
Yeah,
brought in
that was
João
mad.
Felix. I
That
didn't
was
bring
mad.
João Felix.
But
Right?
I was saying now, I said
Hold on.
he walks in. I said he walks
Baba.
into the team because I'm thinking
Hold
two
on,
positions.
hold on.
He's
You-
going to play on the right.
You made an analysis, right? In Benfica's final season, João Felix was the poster boy of the team.
Yeah.
So everything went through him and from him,
Yeah.
right?
Fact.
You made a point. Arsenal don't centralize their attack. Anybody pops up and scores goals. Matter of fact, that's why they play so well this season, right? And that kid has scored 8 goals and had 5 assists. I'm not holding brief for Odegaard, right? Matter of fact, I really don't
You don't
care
send
much
him-
about
you-
him.
you don't send
right?
him papa like
but
that.
I will not see Odegaard. When I watch him play now, when a player holds the ball, when Odegaard holds the ball, I think something's going to happen.
Yeah.
João Felix played
I've
56.
never, ever
João
felt like
Felix
that with
played
João Felix.
56 minutes. João Felix played 56 minutes
And got a record.
in the Premier League. 56
And got a record.
ever in his
That's what
life.
happened.
What? Guess what happened? Right?
Record.
Look at what you just said. Listen to what you just said. Oh, when Odegaard has the ball, I feel like something will happen. 2 minutes into João Felix's debut career, he already placed an assist on the platter for
Did
Havertz.
it happen?
2 minutes. Already put it on the platter.
Is it XG or assist?
And what I've said, it was an assist,
Is
bros.
it XG
And
or-
guess
no.
what? And it's what I've said. See, you see, when you have conversations, now you're shifting different angles. It was a simple thing. He walks into the team. or not. Now you are going different angles.
So let's go back. So let's go back.
They don't centralize the attack. Or they don't.
Let's bring it back down. No, let's bring it back down. Does he work in Chelsea's team?
I think he does.
He does.
I think it does.
Easily.
At the moment.
Easily.
I think
Without,
it does.
without any force. Matter of fact, he goes to the bench and coaches the team. You get
At the moment,
so,
I think it
so,
does.
So let's not. Odegaard, look, we sat down here a couple of months ago, 8 months ago, thereabout. I said, look, this kid cannot be captain. I still think that a player like that cannot necessarily be captain, right? It is a personal preference, but the manager, of course, and his teammates know better, right? But when you talk about what the boy does for the team on the pitch, bro, when you watch Arsenal play, when Odegaard is on the ball, you just sense that his teammates know that if we pick the right place, he will deliver the pass.
What do you expect to happen? He's been in that team for how long?
How long has he been there?
Can we move on? He's been there for how long?
long has he been
What
there?
do you expect to happen?
It's 2 years,
What
bro.
are we talking about?
It's 2 years.
Say if he picks
It's
the
2
ball
years.
up, his teammates just know. He's been there for
2 years. Havertz has been at Chelsea for 3 years.
I'm talking about Felix. Felix has been for Chelsea for 2 seconds.
Okay, Felix was at... Felix
2
was at-
seconds.
Relax. Felix was at Atletico Madrid for 4 years. What did he do there?
And what he did...
That's unfair on him.
On who?
To use Atletico Madrid.
No,
No. Even if you use Atletico Madrid,
But
Atletico won the title. Are you kidding me?
Do they play rugby then?
let me just make a point. Rufai, you know that you can. The reason you will not bring Joao Felix into this conversation
Is because
of the
Felix
fact that
cannot touch
he's only-
Odegaard now.
You are not
If
sure.
you can't restore his career first before he has competition.
Based on form. That's what
are you?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
but
What form?
people-
Is it Felix
the
or-
point is, and I
First of all,
totally
Odegaard
agree.
is
I
bench.
totally
First of
agree
all, this
with-
conversation.
Rufai, wait.
First of all, this conversation is irrelevant.
Rufai.
First of all, this conversation is irrelevant.
Hold on, it's not
the reason
irrelevant.
it is irrelevant is this.
Wait.
No, it is. Does he walk into the team? That's why when you came back there, I didn't say anything. How many times you expect me to answer it? It's actually no need for it. Does he walk into the team? I said yes. You guys, in my opinion,
Bring it.
no. This how they pay me.
Bring it.
So I don't understand
When
what
it
the
high.
conversation is about. 15 million times behind the striker, or as a number 10. Me, I will pick Joao Felix over Odegaard. Can we move on?
Today we plenty pass you.
Let's not move on.
We plenty pass you. We plenty pass you.
but no
So you go.
It concern una.
You go collect your. You go hold.
If una plenty, make una come come on money for my pocket.
You go hold. You don't get naira. I know say you don't get.
Come come on money for my pocket.
Zukwanike.
Sure, can you move on?
Zukwanike.
He said if he holds the ball, they know it. He's been there for 2 years.
At this point in time, now me get Mike 1. At this point in time,
My one has come.
there is no way in the world Felix cannot touch. You see, where Felix go sit down? Now outer chamber where Odegaard go dey. Odegaard is sitting with the senior boys now. Now that's facts.
At the moment.
He concerned una.
I mean, like,
When he win,
last time
when he win the
Baba,
Euros,
Baba,
when he come.
Right now, Felix cannot touch Saka.
When he win the
moment.
Euros. First
At
of
the
all,
moment.
you see. Now I talk say, can we move on?
So let's move on.
You are
Let's
having
move.
conversations and you're by yourself. You are finishing yourself.
I'm not finishing, no.
First of all, we just moved from Haaland that we just talked about the manager playing in a way that doesn't suit him. Joao Felix has been in a team where he's been played out of position for 2-3 seasons.
Who
We
said
just
it?
moved from Haaland
Because he went to
that we're
Chelsea.
talking about the manager.
You know,
Is played. Can we move?
see-
on?
you see this.
Let's move
We
on. guys.
will move on, right? But it is I assume my role to move
Now you're
conversations,
saying
right? Because
Saka.
Look,
Does
look.
Joao Felix play as a right winger?
You know, Premier League fans.
Does he?
Premier League fans should stop this thing where you buy a player and you want to learn that image immediately. Why is it?
Yeah.
No. Why is it so
Arsenal fans
no.
with Jorginho.
Why is it number one?
Crazy people.
Why is it so easy
Crazy people.
to all of a sudden, right? Take the complete blame off Joao Felix for 4 years at Atletico Madrid.
I'm not taking
And put
complete
100%
blame on it. That's your
Simeone.
definition.
So
that is your definition.
Hold on,
I said,
hold on.
have they played him out of position
Hold
or
on,
not?
hold on. I agree
Have they played him out of
that
position or
Atletico
not?
Madrid
Okay.
might not
Have
be.
they played him out of position or not?
Yeah, obviously now.
So how does that translate to you are taking the blame completely?
Where
on Joao
was he
Felix?
playing Atletico
That's your
Madrid?
position.
No,
That's
I
your
remember
definition.
this guy
Since
said,
you know
I
him-
remember this guy said something, Roy Keane. And he said in their own days, there's nothing like playing out of position.
You started with in our own days.
Especially when you are an attacker. Do you get? Joao Felix is not a 9. He's not a policeman.
What is Joao Felix?
Where's his
He's not
best
a nine.
position?
He's a number 8.
Number
At
eight.
best, number 10. That's what he is. He said it
So-
multiple times since beginning of time.
But brother, you're an attacker. If they put
And everybody knows.
If they put you
So
anywhere
this
in that
kid-
attack, you should be able to do something.
I
Oh,
agree.
so
I agree.
But
Actually,
There was a time
but-
before manager.
but-
There was a time before manager.
How does this?
Thomas
How
Muller,
does this?
when you buy Thomas, you can't even buy Thomas Muller because then they will put Green in just almost all the attack area for Thomas Muller.
How does this?
You're an
So
attacker.
how does
So-
this
so-
negate what I just
so,
said?
I want to ask.
But you are saying that.
I want to
you are
ask.
saying that-
No. I'm saying
you are-
what?
You said the way you are talking now. You said that maybe it was the coach's fault at Atletico Madrid.
What did I say? I said they played him out of
Out of
position.
position.
Did they play him out of position?
Hold on.
So what is the point?
Hold on.
Out of position.
Is
That's
there
what
any
I'm saying.
time
There's
in
nothing
João Felix's
like being
career?
played
This
out
is the
of position.
professional player
Hold on.
that said Roy Keane said it, not me.
Hold on.
Roy Keane said it, not me.
I agree.
He said
right?
it, not me.
Let me tell you something. I want to ask a question. Is there any time in Felix's career at Atletico Madrid that they play him as a wing back?
No.
Right?
He plays on. That's why I'm surprised.
So
He plays attack.
for this incredibly talented player, right? And these days we hear that
even at Portugal, he doesn't play
he doesn't
nine.
play 9.
So there's something about him.
He doesn't play.
Cause
So what-
hold on.
he doesn't play
Listen,
nine.
There has to
Who
be
said
something.
he's- who said he's a
there has to
nine?
be.
He plays
Rufai-
flat.
What are you
He
people
plays
going on
flat.
about? I'm trying to understand.
Relax.
Let me
Make I
say
land.
something.
Make I land.
There
Because
there has
I
to be
can't see
something
this.
about him.
I can't see the
everywhere he
relevance of
goes.
this conversation.
People are not playing him in the position he wants to play.
There has to be.
There has to be a reason.
Of course, there has to be reason.
let me
In fact, there
end
can be
it.
1 million reasons.
So what is the reason?
Let's move on. Before we do,
Is the conversation about the reason why they have played him there or they have played him there?
hold on. Let's move on, But before I do, let's just establish this because I think we have lost some table manners, right? There are only few players in the world, right, that can say, "This is where I play, and I'm an immovable object."
Yeah.
Right.
Which player don't talk am?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, but there are players like that.
Which player don't
hold
talk
on,
am?
hold on.
Players
Let me
like-
arrive.
Again, what you have said is irrelevant.
Listen,
No, it
listen.
is.
Let me
It is.
land.
It is
No,
irrelevant.
No, I'm not
It's
talking fast.
irrelevant.
You're listening slow.
It is
Relax.
irrelevant.
Hold on.
Simple statement. They play the player out of position. They bring definition from everywhere. Did
If
they
you-
play him out
Rufai,
of
if you
position?
You know what you be saying?
No, hold on.
There are players
If you
in
just-
the world. There are very few players in the world.
Yes.
Who
Have earned the right.
have said
If you didn't hear him
because
well.
of what they've done over the years or their skill set
Yes.
can earn the right
Can
to
say,
say,
you know what?
As
you cannot
João
take
Felix said,
me
you
out of
cannot
this
take me out of
position.
here.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. What's the relevance of this
Rufai,
conversation?
Rufai,
As João Felix said, "Oh, this is where I must play, and you cannot take me out of
Listen,
this."
Now,
Listen,
you are saying
has he
that
said
the
it?
reason he has not showed consistency is because he has been played out of
That's
position.
not what I said.
You know-
I said they played him out of position.
Listen. You know, first of all, I am
See,
angry at the
you
fact
be-
that
let's
that
move
our
on.
first
You be-
episode we spent our speaking about João Felix.
You be-
He's
let's
not.
move on.
He's not a player we speak about.
Because I've said
for
it
that- for
multiple
that
times.
long.
Can you move on? Because you are bringing conversations that are irrelevant to what the actual conversation is.
But table manners suggest that we know this on this table that there are only about 5 players in the world that can command that kind of respect, right? Number one, Messi.
Which
So,
respect?
hold on,
Did
hold
João
on,
Felix
hold on,
request for any
hold on,
respect?
hold on.
Hold on.
Fine.
2, Ronaldo, right? That we can make an argument for. If you're not hearing me, hear it now. 3, Mbappe. 4,
make
Haaland.
which argument for?
5, Kevin De Bruyne. 6, Kante, right? If those players are by body language or expressly say, I am not comfortable playing here, and through proxy, their agents or their family entourage say, we're not comfortable playing this position, then the coaches will listen to them.
Again, irrelevant. What you have
hold
said,
on,
João
hold
Felix
on,
has
hold
never
on.
said it.
If you just let me finish.
Ever.
Because by virtue of their talents, they are world class. When I play a player in a position, because that's his best position, I expect a game-winning, action when I play him there.
Me,
João
I
Felix
said
is
they
not a
played him
player.
out of position.
He's not a player. So your
Show
argument
me
is
where
flawed.
João Felix have said, "Oh, if you don't play me here, then I can't play here."
You
show
said,
me where.
You just said no.
I am the one
Like-
that
like-
said,
Rufai, you're
"Oh,
not getting
they
his
played
point.
him out of
Rufai,
position."
Rufai,
So how did that
I made a
translate
point. I
to?
said,
Oh,
I'm not
you
talking
cannot
fast,
say
you're
that you want to
listening
play here.
Rufai, wait. Now the point is,
I'm not
when
talking for
you-
everything
wait,
slow.
When you are making a point for João Felix,
Which point?
by
Get
saying
the
that
point.
he's
Tell me the
been
point.
played out of position. That's
position.
an excuse.
I said he-
and Bibi is saying that shouldn't be enough
But
excuse.
Rufai-
Simple.
for his
What is
performance
when I
at
say
that
when I
position.
say
How can someone hear that? I
has
don't
he
hear
been
that.
played out of position or not?
of course.
If I say so,
Wait.
he has been played out of position.
Is
So
that
how
an
did you
excuse?
hear that? Oh, the reason what I mean is that that's why he has not played well. I never said anything like that.
but what
I
you
said he has
said-
been played out of position.
Mbappe play out of position at the moment.
Mbappe has been played out of position
Mbappe,
multiple
last-
times, has he
last-
not?
last-
As
last-
a
last-
Has this
But he complained.
matter of fact, Mbappe has come out to complain.
But
Last season, yeah.
is there any point in the last 4
Not
years
once.
Mbappe has scored less than 30 goals in the season?
Not
If you-
once.
If you put Mbappe for right back,
Again, you are bringing conversations that are irrelevant.
You see, no.
I never said João Felix have said, "Oh, I don't."
Bro,
the reason
my
I've not
God.
You know
done
how many
well
times Rooney-
is why I played
Rooney-
here.
Okay, if I can ask one question, if you answer,
Rooney played striker for like only 2 seasons for
Yeah, of course. Rooney played right wing, left wing, back up, front striker, left striker.
All of a sudden, we must do every time Harry come and say
that's what you chose.
You be waiting.
Because that's your safety net. I never said anything about João Felix. He said I want to play here and I don't like them playing me there. I never said anything like that. That's what you prefer to go with.
But let's move on.
Call your name for international person. I don't call.
Oh, so now we can move on. I've said these things. Let's move on because the conversation is irrelevant.
Make us one question.
It's not relevant to you. Not relevant to the guys.
It is irrelevant because clearly you now not hear what I talk. Move on.
You want to listen slow.
No, I don't hear what talk. And I want to ask you one question. We will move on. What is your reason for saying that it was being played out of position?
No reason, my brother.
Simple. You said you made a statement, right? Yeah. You said, in so position, he has not played. I said, no. At Atletico Madrid, they have played him out of position where he plays normally. He is this position. Okay. And you go from there and say, anybody can go. When did I say that? The reason he has not played well is because they played him out of position.
We will disagree. We agree to disagree. But I don't agree. Let's move on.
That's what you chose to define, and I've been saying this is move on. This is when they talk. It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant to you because you're listening slow, right?
Move on.
So let's move on and have a conversation that is a player that is worth because this idea of laundering players' image because they come your club because they come their way blue. You know, say all of a sudden you want to now so Gakpo go Liverpool now. Everything don't scatter. You know, and
it concern you if you are not ready to move on. As a matter of fact, that's the only reason why we're here.
So let's
because then talk A, you decide to hear Z.
Should we move on or not?
No, because everybody don't shut up. You decide not to move on. So me too, I feel decide when I don't want to move on.
Let's move on, guys. Let's move on.
What you go do? You go press the phone small.
Right? Mr. I feel decide I don't want to move on now.
Rufai, let's move on.
Do us a solid, Rufai. Check João Felix stats. Let us stay there while we continue the conversation. Right?
Cloud. Reach out.